I love asking the question of what if. What if Neville was chosen as Voldemort's target for the prophecy? What if is a great concept that changes the story because it makes you wonder, what if this happened? What if this happened? And it could change the story drastically. Today we're going to discuss, what if James Potter never died? Does Sirius Black still go to prison? Does Cedric Diggory still die? Does Mad Eye Moody still get possessed by Barty Crouch Jr.? Who knows? But we're going to discuss what would happen if James Potter doesn't die. And by this, we're going to say that Lord Voldemort went to the house to attack Harry, and he attacks James first. Maybe he missed. Maybe something happened. Maybe he thinks he kills him, but doesn't. We'll get into it. But James Potter doesn't die that night, but Lily still does. So how different would Harry's story be? Will he still live with the Dursleys? Will he still grow up with those horrible people? We're going to find out. Hit that button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So let's picture this. Voldemort, just told by Wormtail where the Potters are living. The secret is out. Voldemort rushes to the house, eager to destroy Harry because he thinks Harry is the only one who can destroy him according to the prophecy, and he takes the prophecy to heart. If he didn't do anything, if he didn't kill Harry or try to kill Harry, the prophecy wouldn't have come to pass. It would have been just phased out. Voldemort probably still would be defeated at some point, but he could have rose to power a lot better by engaging the prophecy so much. He felt he needed to kill a child, so he goes to the house to kill Harry. When he busts open the door, he sees James Potter, wand ready, pouring out. Voldemort just so angry and just wants to get this job done. Doesn't care about anybody else. He waves around with a green flashlight, zooming towards James Potter. James Potter slightly dodges out of the way, hits a picture frame on the wall. It falls down, knocks James Potter in the head. He collapses to the floor. Voldemort assuming he's dead. He wasn't looking to see if he actually, waited for the collapse. He cast his spell and he went up the stairs. So he assumes James Potter is dead. He runs up the stairs. Lily's screaming, "No, no, please don't kill Harry." Voldemort says, "Get out of the way, silly girl." Lily, screaming for mercy, eventually gets struck down trying to protect Harry, sacrificing herself for her son, creating what some people call a love crux on Harry, tethering him to life through this sacrifice. And when Voldemort casts his Avada Kedavra spell onto Harry, the protection is there. That love crux is basically created, holding Harry to life. And then that piece of Voldemort is stuck to him. Voldemort vanishes and escapes to what we think is the forest of Albania. Now, James Potter comes to, runs upstairs, sees his wife dead, is screaming bloody murder, picks up Harry, checks on Harry. Harry's okay. He is relieved. He is deeply upset that his wife is dead, but he is so relieved that Harry is alive. A few moments later, we see Sirius Black banging on the door. James Potter runs downstairs, greets his old friend, and they know that Pettigrew was the secret keeper because Sirius was the secret keeper, but convinced James to switch it to Peter because he felt that why would they pick Peter? Peter was the weaker target. They're gonna go after me and loop it first to try to find you. They're not gonna think we gave it to Peter. Peter's a weakling. However, they now know that Peter is a liar. A few months later, Hagrid comes knocking on the door. Well, to the rubble of a house. Hagrid shows up and is just astonished and saying, "What's going on?" Sirius Black and James both explained to Peter Voldemort came, killed Lily, attacked Harry. Harry has a scar on his head, but we're not really sure what's going on. We need to talk to Dumbledore. Hagrid, can you take Harry to Dumbledore? We're going to meet up with you. We need to go get Peter Pettigrew because he was a secret keeper and he betrayed us. So now Hagrid knows. Hagrid's in the loop. I'm sure they know Hagrid from being friends with Dumbledore. So they trust Hagrid. So Harry then gets bundled up into a blanket and Hagrid hops on and Sirius says, "Hey, Hagrid, take my motorbike. Go see Dumbledore. We'll meet up with you later." James and Sirius run off. They go and hunt down Peter Pettigrew, trying to find him. Peter Pettigrew is spotted in a Muggle street. Nowhere to go. And Peter looks up and sees James alive and is astonished. He goes, "Oh no." Because originally, he sits there and goes, "Sirius, how could you betray our friends?" Basically framing him in front of these Muggles on the streets so that when he is blasted into pieces, or supposedly blasted into pieces, turns into rat and escapes, the Muggles and other signing people think Sirius is the one that killed him and Sirius was the one who was the secret keeper and all this stuff. So now Peter is in the little bit of a predicament. He sees his two friends who he betrayed ready to kill him. Both of them, with faces of rage on them, charge down Pettigrew, wands ready to kill and bring him in. Pettigrew immediately turns into a rat and escapes, running down a sewer where they can't get him. Both James and Sirius are enraged that they didn't get him to be able to get revenge. But this time, no missing finger. So James and Sirius meet up with Dumbledore to get Harry. James and Harry move in with Sirius because they have no other place to go because their home is destroyed. The Ministry of Magic is aware that Voldemort is dead. So the wizards are still celebrating and still claiming Harry, the boy who lived. And James gets some kind of credit in that. They're like, "Oh, you survived too. But he didn't kill you. You just got knocked unconscious." So either way, the world is still celebrating the boy who lived because Voldemort has fallen. And they know that Pettigrew is on the run. And they know that Pettigrew was a secret keeper because now we have a witness of James being alive. in order to protect Sirius to not being framed. And with that being said, let's take a quick break from our sponsor, Raise Every Drink, because I need to wake up and continue this. I didn't think it was going to be this long. I think this is like a pretty intense concept, and I'm not even like through the first chapter yet. Like, if I'm gonna talk about like what happens to the whole series, I got a long way to go. So let's crack open this can. What's that? Go to repsports.com. That's RAPPsports.com. Use coupon code JohnnyHuey. Save yourself 15% off. Raise Energy Drink. Best damn energy you ever have. Full of caffeine. 0 sugars, 0 calories, 0 dyes. But you do get vitamins and electrolytes. Everything you need to start your day off right. Let's get back to the video. So, the world is celebrating. Voldemort is gone. Some of the Death Eaters are scattering. Unfortunately, Neville's parents still get attacked by Bellatrix and a couple of the other Death Eaters, still trying to find out the whereabouts. There's still a little bit of a battle going on, but we got James Potter in the mix, fighting alongside Dumbledore. I picture this: Sirius and James raising Harry by them, by the two of them. Harry not being able to live with the Dursleys is gonna change Harry quite a bit. Him growing up with his father may get a little bit of his arrogance in him, but he still has the love clocks or the protection of his mother in him. So he still has a part of his mother, possibly like a part of his mother's soul in him. So he's still gonna have that kindness from his mother. That's always gonna be there, but he might be a little more arrogant like his father. But yeah, growing up with James and Sirius, yeah. So James and Sirius are in tune with Dumbledore, discussing, what can be done next. I don't think Dumbledore will tell them about the prophecy just yet. Not in its entirety. They may know a little bit about it. However, I don't think it's time yet for them to learn. So, 11 years go by. Harry grows up with James and Sirius, knowing a little bit more about the magical world, knows about certain trees, knows about flying bloom. I'm sure James taught him how to play Quidditch. And Harry is a natural seeker, just like his father. 11 years go by, and Harry goes to school for the first time. 11 years goes by, he goes to Diagon Alley to get all of his school things. Sirius and James take him there like the two great father and uncle that they are. I mean, Sirius is not really an uncle, he's more of a godfather, but he's been there throughout Harry's entire life, so he calls him Uncle Sirius. Okay. They go to Diagon Alley. Hagrid is there, greets them, says hello. Hagrid, possibly knows Harry, has met him a few times throughout his life, and says, Harry, I was there that day. I wanted to do so nice for you. I'm going to buy you a present. "Oh no, Harry, Hagrid, you don't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you." And he goes, "No, no, no. It's my pleasure. You know what? I'll get you your animal. Everybody needs an animal. I'll get you an owl because you can always use an owl. Send letters back and forth to your dad and Sirius. You know what? I'll meet up with you guys later." And Hagrid goes and buys Hedwig for Harry. Now, Harry knows about the houses now, so he goes in there with Madame Malkins and sees none other than Draco Malfoy. And Draco Malfoy is talking to him, and this time Harry's like, "You know what? I'm gonna be in Gryffindor." And Draco gives him a snigger, like, "Oh, Gryffindor. No, you gotta be in Slytherin, like a proud." And then Harry's gonna come up with a snapback comment, like, "Yeah, well, my dad says Slytherins are a bunch of bleeps," or something. Like, just clap back, and like Draco's gonna take a step back and like, "Excuse me? Who's your father then, huh? My father is Lucius Malfoy. He is a little bit stuck up, blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "My dad's James Potter. I'm Harry Potter. Nice to meet you." At this point, in the original story, you know, the Potter was like almost looked at by the Death Eaters as the new Dark Lord. Like, oh, he defeated Dark Lord as a child. This is new Dark Lord. We might like have to like follow him. Like Draco is even told by Lucius, like, no, like he's looked at like you need to respect him until everything else happens. But Draco takes a step back and it's just, oh my god. And then Harry goes back and tells Sirius who he met, and they just are disgusted. Harry goes to school. Hagrid was also there, getting the Sorcerer's Stone, but he wasn't there with Harry, so Harry didn't see him taking it. Okay, that could play a little bit of a different role in that. Either way, Harry goes to school, meets up with Ron on the train, immediately becomes friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Of course. And Ron shows off his rat. "I got this rat from my brother Perseus. He's been with the family for 11 years. Can you believe that? 11 years. Yeah. He's an old ass rat. Let's be best buds." Awesome. So, school year goes by. Very similar to the original story. Voldemort tries to steal the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry, Ron, and Hermione figure out what's going on. Defeat Voldemort. Same exact thing. Fluffy, all the other trials. Professor Quirrell's being possessed by Voldemort. Everything. School year goes by pretty much the same. Except this time, Harry's sending letters back and forth to his dad and Sirius, asking them questions because he trusts them. Like, weird shit's going on in school. I need your help. Snape is a teacher, and I think he's bad. So, yeah. Then Harry goes back home for the holidays. Spends some time with Ron at his house. Ron spends some time at his house, back and forth. And when Ron brings the rat over, the rat won't come out. He is obviously just scared for some reason. And Ron's like, he's never had this before. Must be a new environment. Maybe he's not used to it. And they just rub it off. Sirius and James do not get a look at the rat. Because if they did, they would recognize him because they know what he looks like turned as a rat. Now, this is the only video. I think we're going to do a part 2. So, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts so far on what would happen if James Potter wasn't killed by Voldemort. How do you think this story would go? And let's look forward to part 2. Much appreciated. And while you're down there, check out my merch store. Check out everything else. I have a Spotify. I have a Patreon. A whole bunch of things. All stuff that can also give you more content and things that you can't get just by hitting that subscribe button. And it helps me out a lot. And, you know, yeah. Part 2. See you guys there. Before you go, make sure you check out this video. And here's part 2 when it comes out. If you're watching this after part 2 already comes out, then you can watch, you know, this and then hit that and go to part 2. If that makes sense. Here you go. Okay.